So not too long ago, like a couple of weeks back, I forgot to talk about this. Kamala Harris, she had said something to the nature of about Donald Trump on like how he's handling his presidency, how he started the war with Iran and stuff like that. Now, when she's saying this stuff, it's almost like she's saying, pretty much what her followers are saying. Well, if I was president, we wouldn't be at war. Let me tell y'all this. That's bull, because if Kamala Harris was elected or selected, we would have been at war too. I don't know if it would have happened this year or it would have happened a year from now, but at some point in Kamala Harris' presidency, we definitely would have been in war. Why? Because Kamala Harris is no different from Donald Trump. They just in different political parties. One is a Republican, one is a Democrat. And Donald Trump himself is like a reformed Democrat. Like, he was Democrat at one point, right? The reason why I say it wouldn't have been any different if Kamala was president is because you even heard Kamala say it herself. We got to make sure we defend our friend Israel, the tiny hat nation, put it that way, right? We've heard her say this a couple of times. Just like other Democratic politicians have said the same thing. We must protect and stand with our friend, the small hat nation. Yada, yada, yada. They all say it. They all say it. So that's why I laugh when I hear Kamala say that and I hear her followers say, well, Donald Trump, if that's why we should have voted for Kamala. Don't matter. They all go over there and touch that wall. All of them. They all go over there, put that tiny hat on, and all of them pledge that wall. All of them. They all pledge allegiance to the tiny hat nation. Every last one of them. So Barack Obama did it. Biden was over there. So this whole thing that because Trump is in office and he started this big war, that we would somehow not been in a war, I don't buy it. They all have an agenda. All of them are loyal to the small hat nation. That's who really control the president. That's who really control Congress, everything. So you think if Kamala, it probably would have been 10 times worse. She definitely wasn't qualified to be president. Trump, he ain't qualified either. I don't think anybody that never served in the military should be president, bro. I really don't. I think in order for you to be president, you should have to have served at least 5 or 10 years in the military, like real combat stuff. Not like a soup kitchen worker in the military. Not like a nurse or somebody that typed letters. No, I'm talking about a real combat, like a general, colonel, major, whatever. Somebody that was at that level of in the military should only be allowed to be president. Why? Because this dude is a commander-in-chief. He got the button to set stuff off. We got to make sure that we can't have somebody that it's easy for them to just send everybody else to war when they themselves were scared to go to war or they never even enlisted in the military. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with that. So we would have been in war at some point in the Kamala Harris presidency too. Absolutely. Because Iran was always a target, rather it was a Republican or a Democrat in office. Iran is the thorn in the small hat nations behind. And in order for the greater Israel project to take place, Iran must be, destroyed. Iran has to be dismantled, or it has to be a lot of turmoil, because they understand that Iran is not going to let that happen. All right, so don't buy into that. It's just what Democrats and Republicans both play that game. They both play that game, because we've heard Trump come out and say stuff like that when he wasn't president, when other presidents was in office and we was at war. We heard him say, it would have been like if Kamala, let's say Kamala got in office, right? And we started a war with Iran, which would have definitely happened at some point. you would have heard all of the MAGA people and all of the Republicans say, see, if y'all would have elected Donald Trump and Donald Trump would have been in office, then we wouldn't be at war right now, which we know is a lie. Because they all have to do the bidding of the small hat nation, every last one of them. All of them. They have an oath, man. I don't know what y'all don't understand. They have an oath. They have to do this. They have to further the destruction of America simultaneously while doing the bidding of the small hat nation to help the small hat nation accomplish its goals in the Middle East. That's all it is. That's it. So please, you know what I mean? Y'all got to stop this mess with it makes y'all look foolish, man. It's all about the other side is upset because the other side is not in power. That's all it is. That's all that is. But this is my take. Let me know what you think, man. This has been Rebel World News. Nothing but realness and raw stuff over here, man. More to come. Y'all stay tuned. Like and subscribe to the channel, man. Help me get out there. I love y'all. Y'all stay safe.